Okay, outsourcing. A very important part of making money online is outsourcing, particularly because you can't do everything yourself. When you're working full time, you need to start prioritizing what you do yourself and what you get other people to do. Also, if you have a full-time job, it can be very useful to just get somebody to do certain tasks for you. So although you shouldn't outsource everything, you'll still need to do a lot of things yourself, such as project management and so forth. But like I said, it's a good idea to start outsourcing the things, particularly the types of things that you tend to do over and over again. There are also some things that you may not have the skills to do. So, for as an example, myself, a few things I get outsourced an awful lot. Firstly, are graphics, things like e-covers, website headers, logos, this sort of thing. You should never really attempt to do graphics yourself unless you're actually really good at it. And to be honest, things like graphics are so cheap to have outsourced. It's really amazing. So like I said, I always outsource graphics. The other thing I quite often do, or not quite often do, I actually have done an awful lot, is actually having articles outsourced, and basically all the writing that goes on my review sites, AdSense sites, and so forth. This is all outsourced. I get other people to do this for me. And I'm going to go through all the different types of sites that you can use for outsourcing, and the ways that you should go about it. Now the thing about outsourcing to remember is it's very easy to get people to do work for you, but it's very important that you know what's going on. So where something like graphics is fairly easy to manage, because what you see is what you get. Someone designs something for you, you can look at it. If it looks good, that's fine. But when you start getting into things like search engine optimization, backlinks, building WordPress blogs, you need to know how these things are done before you outsource them, because otherwise you don't know if you're getting ripped off, you don't know if they've done the job correctly, and it's very important to check these things, particularly when you're having blogs built. You need to know if the person has done the job correctly before you get them to do more work for you. So it's a good idea to have a basic understanding of what they're doing, basically know how to do the task yourself before you outsource it. And certainly by watching all the training videos here, you should have a basic understanding of how to do pretty much everything you need in internet marketing before you outsource it. So like I said, let's have a look at some of the websites that you can use for outsourcing. Now, the obvious sites that spring to mind when people talk about outsourcing are places like Elance, Rent-A-Coder, Get a Freelancer, these types of sites. I don't actually use these types of sites very much, however they are very good. A lot of my friends use them. I've actually used them in the past. The way it works is you pay a fee to these guys here, and you can post an advertisement for your job. So you can say, for instance, I'm looking for somebody to build 10 WordPress blogs. I can pay $10 per blog, or I can pay this whole job will pay $50, and it's like a reverse auction. So you say, I'm willing to pay $50, and then someone will come in and say, well, I can do it for 40, and someone else comes in and say, well, I can do it for 30, etc. I think you get the idea. And each person has a feedback rating, so you can see their feedback, and you can basically you can tell if they're any good. One word of caution is never hire somebody who has no feedback, or hasn't done a job on Elance before. I made the mistake of doing this, and I lost some money. They did a really bad job for me, and basically I lost my money. So I learned the hard way. So only hire people who've got good feedback, and you can see not necessarily the work they've done before. Well, if you can see the work they've done before, that's great, but just see the comments that other people have left. So that's really important. It's the same as when you're buying something off eBay. You want to make sure the person who's selling has a good feedback. It's the same sort of principle here. And normally what I will do is, before I post a job, I will look through for other people advertising similar jobs. So then I can straight away get an idea of what the advertisements should look like, what the kind of feedback these people have had, what kind of price people are bidding, and straight away I can get an idea of how much, basically how many people are bidding on these jobs and how successful my advertisement will be. So see what other people are doing, copy their adverts. That's normally what I do. But as I said, I don't use Elance or Get a Freelancer very much. What I tend to do is I head on over to places like the Warrior Forum. Now, the Warrior Forum is a fantastic place to hire people. It's basically, if you're not familiar with the Warrior Forum, it's one of the larger internet marketing forums around. We're just basically discussing anything and everything to do with internet marketing. However, on this site there is a section here, Warriors for Hire. So there's, if you click here, Warriors for Hire, there are all sorts of advertisements here from fellow forum members advertising their services. Anything from article writing, graphics, link building. I think you get the idea. These are all people who are willing to do jobs for one price. So as an example, I was just looking through here earlier and I found this guy here doing graphics. So if you need like an e-cover made, this is something I do quite a lot because what I do is, as you know, I do quite a lot of video marketing, and when I do a video I offer a bonus offer. So that bonus, I either make the bonus myself or I find a resale rights product which I bought for say $5, but I will never give the bonus, I will never give the resale rights product as a bonus as it is, because it's the same on everybody else's site. It's a very popular product, everybody's seen it before. So I'll rebrand the product, give it a new name and have a new e-cover made, and then I'll come along to the Warrior Forum and I'll pay somebody about $10 basically to create a new e-cover for me. So this advert here I found on the Warrior Forum, so he's saying here prices start at only $12, so he'll do e-covers like a DVD cover or an ebook cover for $12. Now the great thing about the Warrior Forum is there's huge amounts of social proof. Because it's a forum, people leave feedback on the forum in real time, so you can tell if the person is good or not. And just looking, let me just scroll to the top, there's over 3 pages of comments, so you know this guy's done a lot of work in the past. These are just all quotes from this forum posting, so you can see some of the work here. So he's done some quite good covers here. He also does like mini websites, so if you want to build a review site or you've got a sales page or something like that, he can create the graphics and the headers. Everything can match. You can do banners here, look. I think you get the idea. And then he's got packages, so $12 he does a basic e-cover in 3 different sizes, so you can see it's just incredibly cheap. And then he does like different packages which have the landing page, opt-in box, as you can see. And then if you've got a full product, something you're going to launch on ClickBank, for instance, if you're going to create a whole sales page with all the opt-in boxes and squeeze pages and all that kind of stuff, it goes up to $117, but that's a huge amount of work there. So you can see it's very, very cheap. And the great thing about it, like I said, is, just scroll through here, we've got pages and pages and pages of comments, people saying what they thought, saying, yeah, he did this job for me, and so someone's here has posted the job this guy's just done for him, and saying that they're very pleased with it. So there's loads of, as I said, social proof. People are saying if the guy is any good, did he deliver on time, did he, did the transaction go okay, etc. So as I said, great place to find graphic artists. And the other thing I do on the Warrior Forum quite a lot is I hire people to write articles for me, particularly for AdSense sites. So you can see here, this is a guy I'm actually currently using, 70 cents per 100 words. That's unbelievable. So normally if you saw something like this, you'd be very, so straight away here, look, you can get 500 word articles done for so you can get 10 500-word articles done for $35, which is ridiculous. Very, very cheap. So normally, as I said, if you saw an advert like this, you'd be thinking, well, is this guy any good? Has he ripped off the content? you'd have a lot of question marks. Is his English good? I mean, yes, you can see preview articles that he's done for other people, but that's probably the best stuff he's ever done, or did he really do it? So you scroll down, and again, you've got the social proof. So you've got pages and pages and pages of people saying, "Yeah, I ordered from this guy. You know, the content was excellent, the English was excellent. He ordered, he didn't take too long to do the articles. We checked it with Copyscape and blah blah blah, and it was all okay." So as I said, you've got the social proof there, so you know before you even hire the guy if he delivers on time, if the content is good. And so that's why I use the Warrior Farm particularly for hiring article writers and graphic designers as well, because you can straight away get an idea of if they deliver on time and if the content is good. And the other thing is, these guys don't want upset customers, because they know if they do a bad job for you, you'll comment on their forum thread and you'll hurt their business. So they always want to deliver really good content to you. So it's a great place to come if you need work done.